So Hitler originally sported a longer moustache, but later trimmed it. Why? To fit inside his gas mask.
That's right, the longer version that he used to have used to interfere with the seal of his gas mask. So just go to show. There we go. So could the toothbrushy Tache ever make a comeback? And Nihal and Richard's thoughts in just a sec. Yours too on the usual number, please. 0207 173 5555. It's worth remembering that Hitler wasn't the only villain to have sported dodgy facial hair. His right-hand man, Heinrich Himmler, had something similar. Neither Stalin nor Genghis Khan were famed for their smooth-shaven faces. Even more recent dictators, such as our one-time friend and ally, Saddam Hussein and Robert Mugabe, have gone for a dodgy Tache. But only one style remains verboten, and that is the toothbrush look, which, of course, is weird if our loathing for it is based on bodies. Hitler killed 6 million, Stalin more than 20 million. You'd have thought the handlebar one would be the really bad guy. No one seems to remember all the good guys who wore toothbrush moustaches, like Charlie Chaplin, who had his way before Hitler did, or Ron Mayle, keyboard player with the arty popsters Sparks. That was a look, Ron. But then we don't remember... we don't remember the gulags like we remember the Holocaust. It's Holocaust Memorial Day on Wednesday, in fact. Maybe that's got something to do with it. I don't know. Now you...
Yeah, well, it came just out of a sort of flippant conversation. It was kind of a facile idea, really, to start with, just a silly a stunt, almost. I just thought it's kind of interesting that... Why is the moustache taking the blame? You know, it's not the hairstyle. Hitler wouldn't make any difference. You know, wearing a brown shirt wouldn't make any difference. So, you know, why is that moustache when it is associated with other people? And it was a very popular moustache in the 20s, the 1910s and the 1920s. A lot of Jewish people had it. You know, and if you actually look back a lot, especially in Germany and America, but if you look back a lot of photos of the time, a lot of people have that moustache, and they're being judged kind of retrospectively. Because it stands for fashion. So I was just interested with the way a symbol becomes changed, and Hitler changed a lot of symbols, like the swastika, and, you know, and the BNP tried to appropriate Spitfires and things like this in their last campaign. It's interesting the way people appropriate a symbol and try and change its meaning. So
what reaction did you get last time you had it? Because you're going to shave down on Friday.
Yeah, I did it for about 3 months, and it was kind of weird because it just made me feel very uncomfortable, but I didn't really get that much reaction. So the worst thing is that people would probably laugh at you, and I was trying to reclaim it for comedy, I was trying to reclaim it for Chaplin, and I realised people like...
You didn't go around like that, though, with your hair...
It's all about the moustache, so I'm not dressing as Hitler, because that would be saying, you know, then you would be saying I'm trying to be like Hitler, so and everything else is the same. I just want to see if the moustache, you know, what people's reaction to the moustache would be, and whether it would be possible to claim it back, which I think is difficult. It's not an attractive look, I have to say.
It's quite interesting that Terry from Croydon has emailed in a picture of a waiter he met in Austria, an Austrian waiter, and that's him there. And he's gone, and you look astonished. You look absolutely astonished.
There's very few people. It's kind of quite a popular moustache still in the African continent. There's a lot.
But he's got the hairstyle as well.
I know. Could you imagine it making a comeback, Anne? Would you like to see it? The toothbrush?
I'm so sorry, but I hate moustaches. I just do. Anyway, but
you too, did you say, Richard?
Really? Yeah, I mean, I think facial hair is a bit ridiculous, and I think moustaches are a bit weird. So I mean, it's not like any love.
Have you ever tried kissing one? I mean, honestly,
I haven't,
it's just gross.
What, a Nazi?
What about you, Neil? Can you imagine growing one?
No, I just think that the reason that the Stalin moustache stuck around is probably village people. Because they gave it that kind of camp disco feel that's taking the power away from it.
It's true, isn't it? I mean, if you look at the body count, that Stalin was a much badder guy, and nobody ever picked up on his Tache. What about the audience, mate? There's some interesting new hairdos there.
We do have a few. Hello, Joe. You've got a very interesting hairdo. So could the Tache ever make a comeback, the Hitler one?
Well, I think it could, but not with the side part and greasy hair. And as you just said, I've had my golden locks chopped off, but now I look like that old clip of you.
One of me?
Yeah, so frightening haircuts can come back.
Would you ever even consider growing one?
I've had a moustache.
But would you go for the toothbrush?
No.
Why?
Because my moustache would be grey.
I have the same problem, actually.
But what I'm trying to do in the show is actually to make it... Because the BNP won these seats halfway through when I was doing this, and because they were appropriating symbols, I kind of came up with the idea... And because the BNP only got these seats because people didn't go out and vote, is to try and change the symbol and the meaning of the symbol to make it a pro-democracy symbol, and to maybe do have a democracy day where, you know, like a red nose day where everyone... wears them. Ladies
You
can
give
do
them
it.
out, don't you, at
Ladies
the end
can
of
do
the
it in
show?
a certain part of their anatomy, so you know. So that's the only place it's popular
that
anymore.
is something that children might learn about in their new
It
porn
is.
classes. But that, Joe, and you guys at home is all we got time for today, I'm afraid. Have to make way for Trisha. Richard, great
Thank
to
you,
see
mate.
you
Thanks-
again.
thanks for
Thanks
having
for
me.
all of that.
Cheers.
And don't forget, his Hit the Moustache tour kicks off on Friday down in Folkestone, bound to be coming to a venue near you. And Nihal, great start to the week. Ladies and gents, show him some love. Nice one. Now then, what's happening tomorrow? Rhys Thomas, star of the BBC Two's hit new comedy Bellamy's People. He joins the fun and we'll be asking how long you'd wait for a lover. 27 years is how long Winnie Mandela waited for husband. What about you? We'll find out 9:15 tomorrow. Bye for now.